I've owned my XJR 1300 for over 3.5 years now, and it's been a wonderful machine. It's my daily rider. It's taken me on short tours throughout the United Kingdom, and it just remains a wonderful machine. It's a beautiful thing, and it passes the can you walk away from it without looking over your shoulder test. However, in my post-cardiac surgery world, I find it just a little bit too heavy, and because of the medication I'm on, I constantly feel quite cold. So all it has in the way of protection from the elements is a surprisingly effective fly screen, but that's it. So maybe it's time to look for something that is more suitable for me, where I find myself now. Travel, no matter how modest, apparently broadens the mind. Well, unless it broadens your arse as well, whatever I ride has got to be fairly comfortable, because it's got to do everything. It's got to be something that I can, commute on, I can nip into town on, and spend all day on, doing hundreds of miles on holidays and tours and visits to places I've yet to see. The XJR has been fabulous at all these things. Say it's big and comfortable, it's just so easy to ride. You just ride that wave of torque. But as I say, it's just too heavy for me now. Something I've learnt about Yamahas over the years, having owned several, is that although sometimes the execution is not that great, some of the designs for handy day-to-day usage are really good. Like the little fold-out sort of bungee hooks and that kind of stuff. So, because I know Yamahas and I know their design for that kind of thing is good, and there's one particular model that I've owned in the past that I'm drawn to, it's time to look for a TDM. I did used to own a Yamaha TDM 850, and in my opinion it's one of the most underrated motorcycles of all time. Well, 14 years after the TDM 850 that I owned was built, a 900cc example of that jack of all trades was wheeled off the production line. As I've got older, the jack's focus has become crisper and clearer, and the lack of mastery has become blurred and less relevant. So for me, a TDM 900 is the perfect bike for where I'm at now. At 190 kilos dry weight, it fits the bill for weight. Although I have to confess that it carries its weight slightly higher than something like the XJR, but it is nonetheless a lot lighter. With decent fuel economy and a large tank, it will do many miles between stops. And let's face it, my stops are governed by the size of my bladder, not the size of my fuel tank. So, it well exceeds the size of my bladder. It offers weather protection. The model I've selected has got handguards on, so as well as the fairing to keep the weather off my chest and my face, it's keeping it off my hands, so the cold that I feel is less of a problem. And it's a vehicle I know, and I love them. So I'm hoping and expecting that this bike will do many thousands of miles of commuting, holidaying, just general usage, a daily rider, and whatever tours I'm unable to or indeed decide to embark upon.
I'm more determined than ever to explore beyond the boundaries of the Shire. And now, with a machine conceived 15 years before the rest of the world caught on about the benefits of a big traily design, I have the means at my disposal to do it, and to do it well.